Hello 108 class, Mr. McHugh back with you here on section 9.6. Finally on page 4 we're going to actually do some graphing here now, and so we're going to take advantage of our hard work in finding the vertex, and we're going to use also how we find the solution or roots, and then we're going to graph the line of symmetry and find a vertex, line of symmetry, roots, and go ahead and graph. Okay, so to start this objective number 2, key point you always remember is look at that a coefficient in front of the x squared term, and if it's a positive, your graph is going to open up. If it's a negative, the graph opens down. Okay, so what's that mean? The vertex here is at max, the vertex in this guy is the min. Okay, and you know that. So now you're going to find a vertex, and you know this drill. Line of symmetry, LOS, is the x coordinate of a vertex. Negative b divided by 2a. Find that value, take it, plug it into the f, whatever that value of x is, plug it into the function, get the output for y, and you've got your vertex. Okay, now steps 3 and 4 here. If you look at your quadratic equation, if it looks like you can reverse FOIL and factor it and find the roots, that's a quick way to find where the graph crosses. These are the roots or solutions. You have the vertex, you have those, and then you graph it, and do those on your homework problems too on your notebooks. I expect to see those. Okay, my math lab spoils us a little bit. I know you only really need the vertex at one other point, thus you could possibly choose to use this example of, find where the parabola crosses the y-axis. Okay, it's not always, the vertex is not always on the y-axis, but x equals 0 when you are on the y-axis. So I'm going to show you that here in example 4. Okay, so you've got those options there. My math lab, they break these down into several parts. You've got to answer them all to get credit for it, so they'll take you through it. So here is example 4. We've done this. This was example 3. This is x squared minus x minus 6. Again, take your time, write your coefficients a, b, c, 1, negative 6. Ask yourself, does this graph open up or down? Look at the a, it's a positive, so you're going to say it opens up. And I think they ask you that, up or down. Okay, now vertex, how can we find it? Got to take negative b over 2a, substitute the values. Now we've done all this work before, so I'm not going to repeat it. This is the one with the crazy fraction. Not my cup of tea as to for an example to illustrate concepts, but at 1/2 comma negative 25/4 is the vertex. Okay, and I've done that before in one or two videos back. You can just reference your class notes for that. You got the vertex. Now what you're going to do here is solve the quadratic equation. Put 0 in for x. Remember, that's where we find roots. And factor, reverse FOIL, x minus 3, take the parentheses, the zero factor property, set each parenthesis equal to 0, because you got to get a 0 inside these parentheses to make a true statement, and you find out that x equals 3, x equals negative 2. Okay, so what that's telling you, we're going to do it on the next page here, but at 3, 1, 2, 3, you could put a point, negative 2, put your other point, and find that vertex, and you could draw this graph. Okay, now one other interesting way to do this is, now you got to find a vertex on these problems, and my math lab forces you to do that. Another way to confirm, think of this as a confirmation that you got the right parabola, is let x equal 0, substitute it in, because when on your x-axis, when x equals 0, you're at the origin, you're on the y-axis. So you find that 0, you plug it in, and you get the constant. That's another quick way. So whatever that constant is, it's always 0 comma the c value. So at negative 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's where it's going to be. Now that line of symmetry, you'll see the next page looks like this when we graph it, roughly. We'll see it on the next page. Okay, so that's how you're going to do those. So you got the 4 components here to step through, and then you'll be in good shape. Okay, Mr. McHugh saying, good job everybody. You're going to have some graphing problems like that, so just train yourself. When you ask you to graph, it's in standard form. You don't have to complete the square and all that kind of stuff. Just remember your a coefficient tells you whether it's graph opens up or down based on the plus or minus of the sign. Find the vertex find the roots or solutions, or find when x equals 0, where does it cross the y-axis, and that's enough for you to graph. Okay, Mr. McHugh, going to sign off now, so I'll see you page 5. We will actually graph this. I've just about done it here, but we will see the graph on page 5, and we're going to use the discriminant on objective 3 to help us out. Okay, take care. I'll see you. Bye.